Hi guys, welcome. Just now I rewatched the movie The Avengers, which is the Marvel Avengers, and I realized that I never did a review of this movie before, and that's partly the reason why I rewatched it. And but the other reason that I decided to watch The Avengers was because of recently released Iron Man 3 and Star Trek Into Darkness. You may wonder why am I what why does these two movies have anything to do with my decision to rewatch Avengers? Okay. For start, let's talk about Iron Man 3. Well, in my review, I love Iron Man 3. I mean, but there is something missing in Iron Man 3, and it was bugging me. I didn't realize what was it really that was bugging me until I can't put my finger on it until I decide I was moved to rewatch Avengers, and uh, and this is what I found out after watching Avengers and comparing it because of Iron Man 3, because there is more of Iron Man in Avengers than Iron Man in Iron Man 3. And I think the missing link in Iron Man 3 was there was very little of Iron Man, and there's more of Tony Stark, which in my review of Iron Man 3 I say it was good, but actually I was missing the Iron Man suit. So Avengers had more Iron Man, and another point about that is that the gold suit in Iron Man 3, there was a new Iron Man suit, right? It was made of mostly gold. It was a turn off for me because guys with gold, I don't know, something wrong. But when I was watching the Avengers, Iron Man was in the new suit, the red suit. I don't know what they call it, Mark Five or something, which was a really nice suit. I like that design. I think the geek in me, the Iron Man fan in me, love that suit more than the gold plated Iron Man suit in Iron Man 3. And yeah, the lack of Iron Man really I think was bugging me, and so I rewatched the Avengers. Um, and another part was another movie that affected me to watch the Avengers was Star Trek Into Darkness. The aspect of Star Trek Into Darkness was there is a ensemble, like a group of actors, a team. It's a team movie because there's not just Kirk and Spock, right? And there's a lot of people in Star Trek, like a team. So the Avengers also had a team. But what I do like about the Avengers compared to then Star Trek Into Darkness, and when I rewatch it, I confirm what I like about the Avengers was the team dynamic is much better. I think they had Iron Man and and Hulk, and on one side, and then you had Captain America and Thor on the other side, meaning the goody two shoes, and Iron Man and Hulk is the rebel. So because in my review of Star Trek, I complained that the Star Trek crew were too goody. It really wasn't exciting enough. So the Avengers had better time, better team dynamic, and had better time watching it. So what do I think of Avengers after that? Like I said, better, more Iron Man than Iron Man 3. Better team dynamics. You have the rebels and the goody two shoes. That's always good. It's more interesting. I think the movie is more fun. Um, but the biggest uh, hit for me in watching Avengers is like, and that's I just realized it when while I was rewatching it. When the first time I watched it, I never crossed my mind, but as after I was watching it and rewatching it and analyzing the movie, and the core why I like it so much, Avengers, is it's like you are having 4 or 5 movies in one. 4 or 5 superhero movies in one. You have the story of the Iron Man. I would say this one of the best Iron Man movies so far. And you have the story of Hulk, which is one of the best Hulk stories so far. And you have the story of sorry, you have the story of Loki and Thor, which is okay. And then you have the story of Black Widow, which is cool. And then you have Hawkeye, the introduction of Hawkeye, phase one. And you also have Shield, which is quite cool because you actually finally see the Shield group and uh, Nick Fury so in action. So I really like this movie Avengers, because it's like watching a lot of uh, movies, a lot of superhero movies in one sitting, so you don't get bored with one storyline. I never got bored with one storyline. If I'm bored with Thor or Hulk story, I can always look for Iron Man and Captain America, and then you got the Shield story, and you got the crossover Hulk versus Loki. Uh, those are fun. Those are interesting. I'm not saying that the Avengers is a super movie, but it is an entertaining action movie. It's a fun comic book movie, and I like Avengers based on that. It's not gonna be, it's not gonna be a classic lah. I mean, by no means, but it's more interesting than the latest Iron Man 3 and Star Trek, and even Green Lantern. All those very very thin movies. But this movie is a bit more fun, and it's a good. I just realized it. You know what? I never bought the DVD when it came out. I never bought the Blu-ray because if I didn't. I dismissed the when I first saw Avengers. I dismissed it as merely a kids movie, and I wasn't into it so much because the impossibility of Hawkeye fighting aliens I mean, my god. But after rewatching it, and I see some the bits that I really like are more there. Like I said again, there's more Iron Man here than Iron Man 3, which really satisfies me, because Iron Man 3 lack of Iron Man was a downer, and the goody goody two shoes of Star Trek was a downer. So you finally see Iron Man to the full potential, the bad boy, and then his collaboration with the Hulk. And I love the Hulk in the Avengers, which is a better Hulk on my case. And I also like Black Widow. There's more story about Black Widow. You know, I can do without Captain America, Thor, and Hawkeye, because they are too goody goody. But having a mixture is good, because you don't get bored. We just focusing on one characters, and one or two characters. So that's my review of the Avengers, which is a good movie. I'll give this movie out of 10. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. And I realize why it's such a big box office hit worldwide, because it has all these interesting bits. You got 5 superhero movies in one, which is, I think, why the Avengers rocks. That's my short review of the Avengers. Thank you for watching, guys.